Hi everybody, Mr. Sewell here with your Thursday, January the 20th remote learning assignments. We are beginning a unit in astronomy. This is the study of the Earth in its position in the universe. And so just a few things today, not a whole lot. Just want to kind of get your feet wet into the subject and get you thinking about what it means to be part of this thing called the universe. And so the first thing that I want you to do is to watch this short little video. This is from a famous, very, very famous astronomer by the name of Carl Sagan. He's dead now, but he was kind of the spokesperson for astronomy to the world for a long time. Very, very famous. Had a series called Cosmos. It's been rejuvenated by some other stars at this point in time. But just watch this couple minutes worth of video, and it kind of gives you a sense of just how big the universe is. And then we're going to go down and take a look at these slides, which is what I'm going to do with you right now. And so I'm going to blow these slides up. And if I can figure out how to do that here. And we're going to very quickly kind of go through the slides, and then I will give you your assignment for the day. And so our first lesson here is all about the Earth's position and its movement through space. And so if you think about it, where is Earth in space? Well, Earth is number one, it's a planet. It's the third planet from our sun. There's 8 planets in what we call a solar system. Now, a solar system are all the planets that circle around a particular star. The closest star to us is the sun. I don't know if you knew that the Earth or the sun was a star or not, but it is a star, very big star. We are one of 8 planets that circle around or orbit around that particular star. And we are in a group of stars, about something in the neighborhood of about 2 trillion stars or so in our group of stars that we call a galaxy. And the name of our galaxy is called the Milky Way galaxy. And we're on a particular type of galaxy that we are is called a spiral galaxy. And I'll show you pictures of that here in just a second. But one of the arms that spiral out of the center of our galaxy is called the Orion arm. And we're about 2/3 of the way out on the Orion arm. And then the Milky Way galaxy is just one of 2 or 3 trillion galaxies that's estimated in the entire universe. So the universe is a massive, massively large place. So how does Earth's motion relate to the galaxy and the solar system? Well, we believe that the beginnings of the universe started with an event called the Big Bang. If you go back about 14.5 billion years ago, all the galaxies, we believe that all the galaxies and all the matter and all the energy in the universe was in a very, very small confined space. And there was a huge expansion of energy outwards from this infinitely small space, a 3-dimensional expansion. And the universe is still expanding today. And the way that we know this is because one of the things is the colors that the galaxies give off. We can take telescopes and look at these far galaxies like this, and they give off certain colors. And colors are galaxies that are moving away from you will give off a kind of a red glow, and galaxies that are moving towards you will give a blue glow. That has to do with the characteristics of light. But a lot of the galaxies have a red tint to them, which means that they're moving away from our position. So the universe must be in an expanding state. So if you run everything in reverse, the galaxies have to come together. That's kind of how the Big Bang model goes. So here's a timeline of the Big Bang. You can see that it begins with 1 to the negative 43rd seconds, which is just a teeny tiny fraction of a second. And then it goes up to about 3 minutes, and you still don't even have, all this is energy at this point in time, but even at 3 minutes, the universe is so hot you don't even have atoms, so you have no matter. There's no light or anything like that because it takes atoms to have light. And it takes about 300,000 years of expansion and cooling before we can even form the first atoms. And so here we are 15 billion years later, roughly. Well, eventually, you began to get clusters of matter that began to chunk together. And you had big clouds of gas and dust that began to rotate around a center mass. And this is what we believe how the Milky Way galaxy started. And you can see here, this is a picture of the Milky Way galaxy. And this is one of those arms that I was telling you about that expands outwards. And here's our sun, about 2/3 of the way out on what's known as the Orion Arm. Another picture of the Milky Way galaxy with several known stars in it. You can take a look at that. And here is a picture of the Milky Way galaxy taken from a telescope back in 1986, looking towards the center of the galaxy. You can see how it's a lot thicker and brighter with stars, and that's because the telescope is looking into the center of the galaxy. And so eventually within that spiraling cloud of gas and dust, you get other gas clouds that begin to coalesce or to gather together, called a nebula. And these nebula, eventually, they get so much gas and dust in them that they begin to collect on each other, are drawn towards a central point because of gravity. And we believe that's how our sun started, that this nebula collapsed on itself, and there was enough heat and pressure there to cause a nuclear fusion reaction that began our sun. And around the sun, some other pieces of material were still circulating, and they were far enough out that they didn't escape the gravity of the sun, but they were caught in the gravity of the sun, and they continue to circle around it today, the Earth being one of those planets. And so here's a particular type of, here's a nebula called the Eagle Nebula, and it is something that's been photographed with a, move me out of the way, it's been photographed with telescopes, and it's a cloud of gas and dust that has the potential to form a star. Now, when it comes to star formation, we have never seen a star formed in a nebula, so we hypothesize that that's where they began at. So all this stuff about the origin of the universe begins with the Big Bang. And then you have galaxy formation, which is a collection of gases that begin to collect together to form stars. And stars are going to form in pockets of gases and dust called nebula. And then circling around the star are planets, and those planets that form a unit or that circle around the star or orbit around a star, that's called a solar system. The Earth is the third planet in our solar system. And so that's kind of the material for today. Your assignment is this. Let me see if I can get out of this here. There we go. Your assignment is this. Let's start a new Quizlet. And in this new Quizlet, we're gonna title it Astronomy Terms. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms for you today: solar system, galaxy, universe, Big Bang Theory, and nebula. Just reviewing the things that we went over in today's lesson. All right, that's it. If you'll do that for me, I'd appreciate it. And, of course, if you have any problems at all, you can send me a remind message, and I'll be glad to help you. I will be online on Thursday at 1 o'clock again. You can click over here on the side on the big blue button, and then there'll be a place that you can join a live session with me. All right, look forward to seeing you back in class whenever we get back in class. Have a great day.